Well, hello and welcome. How is the team going to evolve? What do we need to do? And I think the subtitle here is this is why it takes so long normally. This is how to take the brakes off the organisation. I've put in 3 stages. An organisation moving from being tactical to strategic to visionary. But you're going to tailor this later for yourself if you like it. And you could put whatever you want in there. Sometimes it's turnover, whatever, however else you want to express it. And underneath, what does that mean in your organisation? So here's one I prepared earlier. That's what it meant to them. And then all we do is drop the key tasks down the left-hand side. Because in the boxes underneath it, we're going to say, how does the finance director's role change as the organisation moves from tactical to strategic to visionary? Wow, and this is what happens. So first of all, it is only a template to use, but it's a bloody good one. Helps you see the wood for the trees. You may not choose those 3 titles, put your own in. Having done that, you're then down to saying, okay, let's now start using it. As someone moves from the finance role at tactical level to being strategic finance director, can they make that jump? What do they need to make that jump? Are they happy doing it? Are we happy with them? Are they already holding the organisation back at tactical level? Now, number 4, really important. I found it especially important when you've got owner-managers floating about, because they will hang on to things. Why? Well, I'm the best person at doing it, or I like doing it, etc. That's fine. That's their decision. But at least now they know what they should be doing and what they might not have time to do unless they make some of those hard decisions and grow. And number 5, bit of a hodgepodge, but there's loads of those in there. What people development do we need to do? What coaching needs to be laid on? How are we going to stretch people? How do we take hard decisions? And of course, succession planning. So, let's fill it in. I've not put anything in that first box under tactical because I think a chair at that level normally is just major stakeholder. But again, you decide. As the chair moves up, we now said they're a coach, they're doing strategy because they're not involved in day-to-day tactics. They're starting to represent the company, nationally, internationally. Visionary level, where are the alliances? Where's the perspective? Can we future-proof the business? Where do we see the business being in 5 years' time? Managing director. You've got that tell, sell, decide, hire, fire. All that down the bottom end. You're then looking at moving to steering, delegating, motivating, involving. I like to actually see their involvement in major accounts at a lower level, but they've certainly got to be doing it here. And they've got a real role to play in door opening for the salespeople. Visionary level, they're going to be a coach, they're going to be a personality, and again, lots of stuff on future proofing rather than furor. Finance. Oh, one of my bet noirs. Going into organisations that are struggling to make it from first level to second level, problems at finance level are quite big ones. Going in, sitting face to face with a finance director who's busy saying, well, we do this and they must do that. I'm saying, you are asking your operations people to fill this in, to do this, to supply all this information. And they are getting 1% of sweet fatty arbuckle back. What are you providing them with that's giving them the opportunity to make decisions? Yeah? You may need to hold their hand, you may need to explain it, what you do. So management account, doing the reviews. And then of course at visionary level, all sorts of stuff starts to come in. At real corporate level. Operations level. Troubleshooting, planning, scheduling, getting the efficiencies in, workflow, just in time, perhaps outsourcing. That will be very dependent upon the type of business you're in, but I've put a few in to prompt. Now, marketing, another of my bet noirs. At the lower level, it's about getting the numbers, getting new clients in, getting the mix right between servicing and recruiting. Yeah. But as soon as you move to strategic level, it's about proper market research. How do we get better market penetration? How do we stop saying, oh, we're doing really well, we're doing 9% on last year, to saying we've got 1% of 1% of not a lot. How do we get real market penetration? How do we displace our competitors? And then at the top, we want real brand loyalty. We're the place people go to. We've got massive market share. HR. Now, I came from an age where HR was somewhere people were put who failed in operations in many cases. Yeah. So chip on the shoulder and all the rest of it. I fought myself like crazy because I know the word I should be putting in that first box is compliance. But I bloody hate that word. A reason, something to hide behind. What are we really doing in there? The one I've underlined is induction. HR should have an absolute brilliant induction taking place for the new starters. So they're earning their money in days, not months. We know whether we've made a mistake at recruitment level in days and not months. Where's the best place to recruit from? Yeah? We know that aptitude is more important, is less important, than attitude. So are we really recruiting on attitude? Or are we recruiting from 200 CVs and then we'll choose the survivors on attitude? Performance review. And then this really important one in here that has made such a difference in the organisations where I brought it in. Working with the chief executive to create a promotables list, a Praetorian Guard, and of course top level succession planning. Down the bottom, sales. This is again, you're going to need to tailor for your organisation, but will tend to be at the bottom, target and territories. Get margins in there. Common mistake at the early level is to say they're all working really hard, but because they've not got margin responsibility, right, they're chasing the wrong things and they might be producing no results. Looking at sector penetration. Major accounts, again, is part of the strategic thing. Perhaps working with managing directors, using chairman, managing directors as door openers so that they're going in and you're really picking up the big names. You are first choice. The word is out. Quite often at the top end there's a big change. So instead of sales, conventional sales, even major account strategies, you become consultants. But again, this is just to prompt, so you can put in what you think it is. So here you go. Here's the blank one. Change the top as you think fit. Put the bits in that you want. Now you're taking the brakes off your organisation. Team evolution. One final thing about this brilliant, brilliant simple form. I've only had one example of this, where almost by accident, a client who was using it and had only put it in within a month or two, showed somebody who was proposing to invest big time in the organisation, showed them this. And this was the thing that swung it. They said, you're thinking at the right level. I can see where you want to spend the money. I can understand these issues. You can talk them through with me. This is a great way of really looking at team evolution and taking the brakes off the organisation, perhaps with my money. Wow, that'll do. So, give it a kicking.